there is something we need. It's a leap of faith, a step away from the comfort zone and be a little brave. So take a look around you. How far can you see? How far do you think you can run, standing on your knees? It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. It can be a bit frightening, something you don't know. You need a little enlightening, it'll make you grow. It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Oh, it's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Oh, if you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
Well, as you can see, we've been working on the grading around the building here, and that's going to help with the water that's getting into the root cellar. And if you're new around here, my wife and I, we live off grid and we grow most of our own food. And last year we put in a root cellar, and on top of it, we actually built this solar powered workshop. So stay tuned for more videos as we hook up the solar power and show you guys how we're going to lay out the inside of the workshop, plus the setup of the root cellar. So with rain coming in again, this is our wettest summer on record. I mean, we like living in the tropics over here. It's already hot and humid, and then add on an inch, inch and a half inch of rain. Every time it rains, it gets a little tricky around here. We have a garden tour coming up for you guys, so you want to stay tuned for that. So we called the local rock hauler guy, and the race was on. And what a storm it was. We had winds picking up, we got 1.5 inches of rain dumped on here, and so it was a really good call. I got really motivated knowing some storms were coming in to get the rock guy over here, and then luckily we were able to get all of the gravel down, so that way we don't have a big muddy mess around the homestead. I just love it when a plan comes together. Have you guys ever done any grading before, or driven a skid steer? You know, living on the off-grid homestead, one thing you have to master is to be able to do a lot of different things. Myself, when I got here, I of course had some experience driving heavy equipment. We had a lawn care landscape business, and pretty much I've been that way my whole life. I could pretty much drive anything that has a motor and wheels, and as I've gotten up here, I can even drive a team of Belgians with a disc and a harrow. So never put limitations on yourself. Always try to reach outside of your boundaries, and leave a comment down below. What was the biggest thing you've ever reached outside your boundaries and done? Hopefully you guys are enjoying these updates on the solar powered workshop. Now this is where we're going to get into the nitty gritty, so stay tuned as we start putting the panels on the roof, and I'm going to go over some of this roof that we did. We had some questions about that, and I'm going to explain to you why we've kind of went this way, and as it comes together you're going to see it as well. Plus we're going to be lining up the root cellar with the shelves and everything, so stay tuned for that. Maybe you'll pick up a few tips. If you got any questions about this video, leave them down below. Otherwise we'll see you guys on the next video. And yeah, this is my fancy shirt.